When I was in the second year of high school, I suddenly fell into a terrible depression. It's very difficult to describe this depression in words, and within the scope of this program, let me just say that, for instance, I know I didn't laugh for months. I know I dropped below 88 pounds, and I became attached to Ghazali. When I read Imam Ghazali, I feel a bit relieved. I read all of Ghazali's books. After Ghazali, I turned to Master Bediüzzaman Hazretleri. But you can only go so far with books. The moment I put the book down, I feel breathless again. In the second year of university, I met a friend of truth. And he said, "Close your eyes and turn to me with your heart, my child." I did what he said. At first, I was curious, wondering what was happening with my eyes closed. Then suddenly, as if I had been given anesthesia, I lost myself. I felt relieved like a bird. After a while, he touched my knee and said, "Open your eyes, it's done." He said, "My child, Satan is declared in the Quran as a clear enemy, and he gives you whispers by approaching from the right, left, front, and back. You're trying to find an answer to everything Satan says like a lawyer. The root of all your depression is this, but your job is not to respond to him, but to turn your back. Moreover, that scholar, the teacher of angels, couldn't handle it," he said, and taught me 2 verses. He said, "Read these when distress comes. Asta'idhu billahi wa qul rabbi a'udhu bika min hamadati shayatini wa a'udhu bika rabbi an yahdurun." Say, "My Lord, I seek refuge in you from the proddings of the devils and from their presence." Allah commands this. He taught me these verses. As distress comes, I read them and it passes. And within these 6 years, that distress, depression completely went away. And since there was no need, I stopped reading these verses. 6 years later, he passed away. A month after he passed, the same distress, depression, and whispers swarmed me like mosquitoes. I'm trying to remember the verse. I forgot. I don't know the chapter. He had taught it to me back then. I used to read it, and it would pass. Since there was no need, I hadn't read it for a long time, and it slipped from my mind. For a month, I was back to hitting my head against the wall like before. I was almost going crazy. Oh, my Lord, what am I going to do? I had no choice. I went to his grave. I read a bit and dedicated the reward to him. I said, "Oh, Lord, for the sake of your beloved servant here, remind me of those verses." That night in a dream, I was alone inside the mosque. The mosque door opened and the devil entered. Satan. He was so huge, and I was so small in front of him. He was coming towards me like this. I was in terror. He raised a stick in his hand. Just as he was about to hit me, those 2 verses came to my mind. They came to my mind in the dream. The verse. As soon as I recited these verses, the devil started to fade away. He shrank, shriveled. He remained in front of me as a small bundle. And I passed the stick in my hand. I started hitting him. I hit. He ran away. I kept reciting this verse continuously. As I recited, he kept retreating. He was circling inside the mosque like this. Finally, he went out the door. I woke up from the dream, drenched in sweat. And those 2 verses were in my mind. I recited them again.